Welcome back. Your time is 5:13, and of course we got a lot to talk about. We have our next cold front that's going to come in bringing cold air and the potential for some rain and eventually some snow showers overnight for our higher elevations and even a few flurries here in the valley. But here's a look at where we stand this morning. Temperatures 34 in Dayton, 42 in Chattanooga, 27 in Murphy. So kind of all over the place. It's chilly and cold in some spots, but later today we're going to climb back into the upper 40s to lower 50s before that system gets in. So it's actually going to feel pretty comfortable this afternoon. Things are quiet, visibility looking fine, no rain, no snow, no sleet this morning, but of course that is going to change. We're tracking our next front. There it is, bringing some light rain across parts of Kentucky and West Tennessee, and eventually that moisture is going to work into the Tennessee Valley. So let's track it all out using our latest high-resolution model guidance. Again, it looks like the first part of the day is dry, and then notice your timestamp there, 1:15. Some of that rain starts to sweep in along the Cumberland Plateau. That'll continue, and as you're driving home from work later this evening, go ahead and plan for some wet roads because we're going to have a little bit of rain coming through. It's not going to be overly heavy, but it's definitely going to be enough to give some areas a tenth to maybe a quarter of an inch of rain. And then after about 6 or 7, that cold air starts to crash in, and initially we'll start to see that transition in the higher elevation, so between about 6 and 9, and then after about 10 p.m. some parts of the valley could get some of those flurries as well. See some of those streamers trying to come into parts of Monroe, McMinn, down into Cherokee counties, and even overnight some of those flurries will stray into the valley at times. That'll continue through about Thursday morning. Now, of course, big time total is going to be possible in parts of the Smoky Mountains, but that, of course, is just outside of our area. So what are we expecting here locally? Well, not a lot has changed from the thinking yesterday. Wednesday night through Thursday morning, parts of the Cumberland Plateau, I'm talking Sequatchie up through Grundy, Van Buren, Bledsoe counties, a dusting to maybe an inch on the high end. Eastern Mountains, so I'm talking areas like Eastern Polk, down into Fannin, Gilmer, Cherokee County, a dusting up to an inch and a half. And most of the valley just going to see a flurry here and there. Some of you may not see flakes at all. And then there could be an isolated dusting or two in parts of the area. So we'll watch that closely. Here's the latest short-term model guidance. Again, you can see some of those areas in northern Sequatchie, Grundy, Van Buren, up through Bledsoe, and maybe even Ray counties and some of the higher elevations up to a half of an inch, closing in on that inch mark. And then back towards, we'll say Fannin County, Cowpen Mountain, Big Frog Mountain, Eastern Polk could get up to a half of an inch, parts of Cherokee County and Monroe getting a little bit of a dusting. And of course, higher amounts along the Tennessee-North Carolina line. We're also going to have some really cold wind chill values potentially dropping into the single digits, close to 0 in parts of the Cumberland Plateau by tomorrow morning. So yeah, go ahead and get prepared for that. That's going to be one of the big storylines as well. And then Friday evening, we could have maybe some light wintry mix coming in after sunset, but it's just going to be cold this week. So yep, prepare. Heavy jacket kind of cold too, not that light, measly little fat. You got to get the heavy coats out this week.
No pullovers.
Yeah, no sweatshirts.
All right, thank you, Clay.